Hello, everyone. Welcome to the Sunday Sweat Club. We have our holiday edition. So, between Christmas and New Year's is this time where nobody knows what's happening. I feel like I asked yesterday, what day is it? Because I don't really know what day it is. So, we are just going to get back into our bodies after probably eating, drinking things that are different than we would normally eat and drink, right? Maybe feeling a little bit different. The goal today is, really just to reconnect. And we'll have a nice intention to celebrate the coming of the new year, which is so exciting. Where did the year go? I'm not positive. It felt like January took 9 million years, and now the rest of the year went. So, celebrating the passing of another year. We are going to start in a seated meditation today. So, find a comfortable seat that works for you. A reminder any seat is a good seat. My husband and my brother in law made this roaring fire today. So, I am. I'm going to be set. Let's just say that. Nice and warm. All right. Find your seat. Close your eyes. And then place your hands somewhere on your body. Maybe you'd like to place your hands on your knees with a mudra, bringing the pointer fingers and the thumbs together, letting your 3 fingers extend downwards, shoulders sloping back. And just settle in. Notice the quality of your thoughts, or perhaps the speed of your thoughts in these first, let's say, minute. Just kind of being aware of how maybe our mind is different this time of year or right now than it might be other meditations, or maybe exactly the same. And then once you've noticed the quality of your thoughts, let's shift to the physical body. How is your physical body feeling today? Notice any areas of tension and just imagine that they're getting warmer. Now let's start to mindfully count our breaths. So as you inhale, I want you to inhale on a slow 5 count in your head. And then exhale a very slow 5 count. Everyone will be at a different pace, and that's fine. But hear the numbers in your head as you count. Our breath is our first step to shifting our prana, our energy. Keep counting. And the breath is magic because every time we inhale, it's as though we are inhaling new energy. And every time we exhale, it's almost like you're taking a bath or a shower for your energetic body. I like to say rinse and repeat, right? If you know Ujjayi breath, you may start to constrict the back of the throat here. And if not, just keep counting. Take one more very slow breath in. One more out. And once you reach your following inhale, you can blink your eyes open slowly. We all might be in different seats, so if you are in Sukhasana, legs crossed, you're going to lean back and switch the cross of the legs to make it the other direction, the other foot is in front. If your legs are extended out in front of you, you can just leave them like that, or even if you're on a chair or something like that, stay as you are. Start to lean forward. So I'm just going to ask you to create motion first. You might sway side to side. And just start to evaluate any tightness in the hips, in the legs, and it doesn't matter what seat you're in. Just find areas of the body that you can feel a stretch. And maybe you pause briefly and you're like, oh yeah, good stretch there. Waking up, and then move on to the other side. Great, come back to center. Sit nice and tall, hands come by your sides. If you have your legs crossed, we're going to lean back and then zip the legs forward. If you like, you can have a pillow under your butt, something along those lines to support you in this pose. Now, a few different ways to get here. I'm going to encourage you to take a breath in. I know it's early, but lift your right foot up, bend into your right knee, and then crisscross your foot over on top of the left leg. So this is going to be step one. You might stay here. Option one. Option two, if you can, try to bring your knee on top of your knee. So we're coming to a half shoelace pose, knee to knee, and then the foot will come to the ground here. You might stay here. You could be working anywhere in this range. If that feels okay, and again, it's early, you might lean over onto one hip, bend into the underside of your leg, and then come with both feet out to the side, full shoelace. If you want something more intense, you could try to wiggle the feet forward. This, for me, with the feet forward, I cannot fold. But if you're craving a fold, you might keep the feet back or forward if you're crazy and lean forward and stay there. So, reminder, we're all in a different space. This practice today is 100% a celebration of you and everything you've done in your physical body in the last year. So even if you've had injury, even if you've had challenges, this is a celebration of what the body can do now and everything that you are working towards for the coming year, right? And today, even more than other days, I encourage, if you would like movement, incorporate more movement. If you're moving just to get out of a little bit of discomfort though, let's maybe lean off that. And more so, move to find the really good stretch. And then keep that count of breath. All right, next inhale will lift you up if you're low. If your leg is bent, you'll extend it forward and we'll all meet in this position with the foot crossed. And now we'll take it into a little twist. So bring your foot down onto the ground. If you like, you can hug that foot in. Right hand will come behind you. Roll your right shoulder back. Flex your left foot. Don't forget this foot's alive. Inhale your left arm high and then twist over to the right. Think about bringing your belly button forward rather than the belly button coming into the spine, because as you inhale, lengthen, and exhale, twist over to the side. See if you can twist a little bit deeper, gaze further back. Again, you'll inhale, lengthen. Exhale. When you're ready, twist. We take 3 breaths. One more. And back to center when you're ready. Inhale the hands high, and you'll just zip that leg forward, hover the right foot briefly, and release. Keep the hands high. Inhale the left leg high. Draw the knee into the chest, then pop it over the leg. Now, option one, you're going to stay here and try to wiggle the foot out to the side, getting closer to knee in alignment with knee, right? Maybe you can bring the 2 knees in line and stay here. Option to bend and lean over into the bottom knee. Come to shoelace with the feet back. If you like, shoelace with the feet forward, or maybe you can fold. A reminder that any movement is fine. We've got 3 really slow breaths. So because this is side 2, you should kind of know where you're going. You might find that one side is more open than the other. That's completely normal. With curiosity, continue to find and deepen the stretch wherever you're feeling it. And if you're like, where should I be feeling it, Madison? You might be feeling it in a lot of places. Your hamstring, the outer edges of your hips. You could feel it inside your hips. Take another breath in. And exhale. On your next inhale, lean your weight back if you've got your leg bent. Lower leg will then straighten, and we'll all meet in this position with the left foot on the outside of the leg, both hips down to the ground, or your sits bones on the ground. Now, left hand comes behind you, fingertips point back, roll your left shoulder back, pull your belly forward, inhale your right hand high, and then twist open and over to that left side. So same concept. It's almost like you're trying to bring your abdomen towards your thigh, right? You're hugging the thigh into the abdomen, but you're also pushing and slightly back bending as you inhale, lengthen the spine to extend, and exhale, twist. Again, don't forget about that right foot. Inhale, lengthen. When you're ready. And as you exhale, you'll twist. Once more, breath in. And out. All right, inhale forward, back to center, hands high. Lift the left foot up and then zip the leg forward, hover and hold. 3, 2, 1. Great work. Heel comes to the ground, hands come to heart center. Now you're going to come to tabletop pose first with, last time of the year, no hands. Try to roll over onto one side if you can. Pop the feet around, come to the knees, or any other option if you're feeling really creative and inventive today. Once you're in tabletop, wrists in line with shoulders, knees in line with hips, let's move through some cat and cow. As you inhale, drop the belly, roll the shoulders back. You know the drill, gaze forward. As you exhale, tuck your chin. Maybe you try to make this a spinal wave today, starting with just the pelvis. So could you start at the pelvis, wave it up the spine little by little, and then eventually the head will lift. Option to add in any other additional movements. Maybe barrel rolls. Oh, can you feel this energetic body, the prana, the energy in your body shifting with every little movement? Couple more rounds. And then come back to center. Take your knees wide, toes together. Push back to a child's pose, but to heels, reach your hands forward. But instead of collapsing down, only fingertips on the mat. Think about reaching your chest forward and try to pull into the fingers gently, gazing to the front. Great. Breath in. And then as you exhale, lower your palms down, your forehead down, your chest down towards the mat. So that's going to be the little variation here. Press into the fingertips, lift the palms, lift the head and shoulders, everything up. Gaze forward, but keep your butt back. And then exhale, release chest down, hands down, forehead down. Again, fingertips only, palms lift, chest lifts, head lifts, look forward. And then exhale, come on down. Breath in, pull yourself up this time into a tabletop pose. Wrists under shoulders, knees under hips. And then walk your knees together. Take an inhale here. Curl your toes under. Walk your hand one handprint forward. This is going to feel strange. Lift the knees up and push up and back into a downward facing dog with your feet really close together. So feet are nice and close. Reminder, if downward dog isn't accessible to you, you can stay in tabletop and do the same thing. Option to move, option to stay still. Now from here, step your feet as wide as the mat. So we went from really close together to really wide. Step them wide and shift side to side. And then find somewhere in the middle that feels good. I often practice, no lie, with my feet together in down dog because I just like it. So wherever feels good for you is good for you. Look forward, bend in your knees, walk yourself to the top of the mat, and then fold into Uttanasana. Your head is heavy. Inhale, halfway lift, flat back. Maybe hands are here, here, here. And then exhale, fold. Inhale, sit your butt back. Take your arms wide. Push yourself through a chair all the way to standing. Reach high, look high. And then exhale, bring your hands to heart center and place one hand on your heart, one hand on your belly. Step your feet a little bit wider. Close your eyes. So before we really get moving, because this is our last practice of the year together, I'd like you to reflect on one thing in the last year that your body did that was so cool. It could be anything. What is one physical thing that you were like, man, my body did awesome at that? And if you're having trouble finding something, just know that your body could have also been awesome at healing from something. It could have been awesome at resting when you needed it to rest. Doesn't have to be you ran a marathon, but if you did, hell yeah, fantastic. Breath in. And out. All right, let's celebrate this awesome body. Step the feet together. Inhale, sweep the hands high. Look up. Exhale, fold, Uttanasana. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, plant your hands and step back to plank pose or tabletop. We're going to lower down slow. 4, 3, 2, and 1 to your belly. Inhale, lift up, and let's come to a Sphinx pose. So slide your hands forward. I know normally we do a baby cobra. Crazy. We're not doing that today. So find your Sphinx elbow a bit in front of the shoulder. Then push the tops of your feet into the mat. So feel the press of the feet into the mat as you pull your hands towards you to open the heart and chest, open the throat gently. So your lower body isn't just chilling, right? It's engaged. Now, take a breath in and relax the lower body. Feel the legs relax. How does that change the pose? Do you feel pressure anywhere else? Does it feel better or worse for you? Let's engage one more time. Push the tops of the feet into the mat. And then relax the legs. Perfect. One more inhale. Exhale, lower down. Slide your hands back until your thumbs are in line with your nipples. Curl your toes under. Push up to either plank or tabletop. Exhale, back, downward facing dog. Remember, your feet can be anywhere today. Mine are close. Where do you want your feet to be in down dog? What feels good? Inhale your right leg high. Keep the hip closed. Roll the thigh in if you have to. Look down and then lift the foot even higher. Exhale, take your knee to your nose. Inhale, extend right leg high. And then exhale, we're just going to take one big step through, low lunge. Now, changing it up from what we normally do is spin your back heel down. Walk your hands forward to the inside of your foot. So we're in a down dog lunge, essentially, right? This funny little kind of Lunge, push your butt backwards, push your right knee out, chest can kind of lift. And then we're going to move from side to side here. So you might have your leg a little bit higher or straight. You might even be up here as we do this. Shift over to the left side. You might walk the hands. And as you do that, you're going to switch the position of your feet. So back foot turns in, or front foot turns in, back foot turns out, and now we're in that down dog lunge on the opposite side, right? This is also, AKA, we're working towards Skandasana. So move again to the front, switch the position of the feet, and then move to the back. You could be here doing the same thing. One more time. Front and back, fluid. And then stay at the back of the mat. Surprise. We're going to stay facing backwards. Turn your toes to the back of the mat. Hands frame the foot. And inhale up into crescent pose. Great. Once you're here, your choice on what you'd like to do with your arms today. So hands to heart center, maybe hands in reverse prayer, hands to hips. What makes you feel connected to your body? If your hands are flying, you could open the heart. I'm going to give a lot of options today. I always try to, but especially with the arms, because really I want you to just notice what your preference is. What brings you joy? How can we celebrate moving out of this year into the next year? Breath in. And a breath out. Maybe sink down a little bit lower. Inhale. Exhale. You can do it. One more inhale. And then exhale, spin your back heel down. Come to warrior two. Extend your arms. Gaze off your front hand. Nice work. Sink down. Pull the feet towards one another. Push your left knee out to the side. Keep lengthening through the spine. Core is really strong here. 3. I know you might want to be like, oh, but I can chill. No, we're lifting up, right? 2. 1. Breath in. Exhale, sweep the hands down. Frame the foot. Lift the back heel off the mat, and you'll step back to either plank or tabletop pose. I'm doing tabletops today. Lower down slow. 4, 3, 2, and 1 to your belly. Great work. Now let's take the fingertips out to the side. Tent the palms. Roll the shoulders back and lift up into our back bend. You might be barely lifted. That's fine. Start to sway side to side. Dip your left shoulder forward. Gaze to the right. Inhale up. Dip your right shoulder forward, gaze to the left. Inhale up. Left shoulder forward, gaze to the right. And up. Right shoulder forward, gaze to the left. Back to center. Hands come by your sides. Roll your shoulders back. Get prepared to push up to either plank or tabletop. And exhale back, downward facing dog. Walk your feet however they need to be for your down dog, and right away lift the left leg high. Roll the left thigh in. Push into the hands, fingertips lock into the mat. You are strong, lengthen. Inhale. Exhale, knee to nose. Inhale up. Extend left leg long. Exhale, one big step through. Ooh, low lunge. Take your time. You might need to have a help with the hand. That's fine. Now spin the back heel down. Walk the hands to the inside of the foot. We're in that lunge again, right? Our down dog lunge, just on the opposite side. So first, push your butt back a little bit. And then start to bend into the knee. On the second side, you might even get a little bit deeper than the first side because we're starting to feel more warmed up. And then walk the hands to the front of the mat. You'll switch the position of the feet. Down dog lunge. Hands come forward. Slowly walk the hands opposite side. And if you're doing this high, no worries. You're doing this up here, right? Same concept, just leaning. Let's go back to the front. Switch the feet. And to the back. Switch. One more time. Moving fluidly forward. Spin. Plant the hands down. Now look forward. Bend in the knee. Inhale, lift up, crescent pose, side two, woo, wiggle wobble. So let's do something different with your arms on this side than you did on the other side. So whatever your preference was, try something different. See what might feel, maybe you open. Maybe you make something really strange up. Maybe you flex your biceps. I don't care, you look strong. Yeah. Sink down into the knee. Great. Breath in. And out. Inhale. Exhale, bend the knee a little deeper. Once more. Breath in. And out. And then big breath in, spin, warrior two, back heel comes down, gaze off the front hand. All right, keep pushing the right knee out to the side. Push into the outer edge of your back foot, sink down. And then remember, even though your belly might just be like, oh yeah, I can just kind of chill in the upper body, think about engaging the core and lifting, spinal extension, lifting through the spine. 3, sink down, sink down. 2. And 1, breath in. Exhale, sweep the hands down, frame the foot. Lift the back heel off the mat. One big swipe back to either plank or tabletop. You're coming with me. We go slow. 4, elbows back. 3, 2, 1. Hands come out to the side. Tent your palms again, right? This little lift. Inhale, lift up. Head up, shoulders back. Exhale, wave it down. Let's take 3. Inhale, lift up. Head up, shoulders back. Exhale, down. One more time. Bring it on up, lift. And great work. Lower. Hands come by the sides to prepare for your push-up to either tabletop or plank. And then let's lower the knees down. We all meet in tabletop. Wrists under shoulders, knees under hips. Walk your knees together. Inhale your right foot up and back. Take the bend out of the spine. Pull the belly in. Great. Hold. 3, 2. Keep lifting and extending. 1. Breath in. And then exhale, big step your right foot to the outside of your right hand. So now we're in this nice lunge. Push your left knee back. We did this last week, finding a lizardy lunge. We won't be here for as long, and we're not going to do the quad stretch like we did last week. But I'd like you to move side to side in this position to really start to open up in the hip flexor. Maybe option to roll onto the outer edge of your right foot and place your right hand. I'll try to demo from here. Option to roll here and open to the side, if that feels okay. If not, you're just going to stay and sink down. And then come back to center. Connect your knee to your tricep. Walk your back knee forward. So it's going to be, you almost lift through the toe, right? Step forward. And then zip your right knee back in line with your left. Right away, extend left leg long. Curl the toes back. Pull the belly in. Take a breath in. And a breath out. Again, inhale, lengthen through the spine. Push into the hands. Exhale. Once more, inhale here. And then exhale, big step, left foot to the outside of the left hand. Low lunge, lift the back knee up, push it backwards, sink down. Option 1 is to stay here in this nice stretch. Maybe you move side to side. Or perhaps bring the hand to the knee and start to roll onto the outer edge of the left foot. As you roll though, one of the things I'd like you to be conscious of is you're flexing the foot. So remember, you're not just totally sickling onto the outer edge of the ankle. Even though you are moving into this position, you're still pushing the foot into the ground, because what do I harp on about? Flexibility with strength is mobility. So we are creating mobility and strength by pushing the foot back into the ground. 3, 2, and 1. Breath in. Exhale, come back to center. Bring the knee to center. Wiggle the back knee in, trying to bring the knee in line with the hip, because that's where we are in tabletop, right? And then zip, lift the foot, and step it together, tabletop pose. Take your knees wide, your toes together, push back, child's pose. Rest your forehead to the mat, hands come forward. Breath in. And out. Now I'm going to do something pretty unorthodox for this class because this is our last class of the year. If any of you can think of, as you sit here in child's pose, your favorite yoga pose, what is it? And please don't do anything really insane. Like if you have a pose that makes you super happy, that you feel strong, that you love to do, I would like you to type it in the chat for me. My goal is, with the rest of this class, to work in all of your favorite poses to end the year, because you should be celebrating what makes you feel good in your body. So think about this for a little bit, if you have a pose that you would like to do, and then we are going to, I love a good challenge, work it into our flow. And if you can't think of anything, that's fine. We will have recommendations and I can make stuff up. When you're ready, feel free to move out of your child's pose, pop it in the chat, and then we will meet in down dog or child's pose. Great, I've got some already. Nice. And we've got 2 that are the same, which is going to make my life easier. Okay, so I'm seeing camel, supported bridge, bridge, frog, graceful warrior. Graceful warrior. Lucy, you might have to tell me what that is. Like humble warrior? This? Those of you who are waiting, thank you for, as we get these in the chat. All right, perfect. Humble warrior, awesome. Okay, thank you all for contributing. We are going to make this happen. Let us come to downward facing dog. Shout out to Angie, who said her favorite pose is frog pose. Like, what, are you insane? I love it. Okay, let's get moving, guys. Inhale, look forward. Let's walk slowly to the top of the mat. Fold into Uttanasana, head is heavy. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, fold. Let's do that again. Inhale, lift up, halfway. Exhale, fold, melt it down, shifting the energy. One more time. Inhale, lift up, big breath. Exhale, fold. Inhale, butt back, arms wide. Push yourself through chair. Come all the way to standing, reach high. And then exhale, let's bring the hands to the low back. Fingertips point down. Step your feet a little bit wider. Push the heel of your hand into your low back. Lengthen through the spine. Roll your shoulders back. Take a baby back bend and look high. Now, as you push the hands into the back, think about lifting the heart up towards the ceiling. How much can you lift? Extend through the spine. Hold here. 3. Because, spoiler alert, this is camel, just without the legs. 2. And exhale, 1. Slide your hands down your butt, your hamstrings, your calves. Pull yourself down and in, forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, plant your hands, step back. Plank or tabletop. Lower, slow. 4, 3, 2, to your belly, and 1. Inhale, lift up. Baby cobra, no hands. Start here. Hands off the mat. Exhale, stay. Great. Push your hands down into the mat. Lift a little higher. Take a breath in. Now, try to stay here, but lift your hands so much harder. Great work. Stay. Hands come down. Exhale, try to lift a little higher. Engage, shoulders back, and then try to stay. I can't even talk. It's fine. Exhale, everybody lower down. Great work. Engaging through the low back before we move into back bends. Shoulders back, curl the toes under, push up, either plank or tabletop. Exhale, back downward, facing dog. Breath in. And out. Inhale, look forward, travel to the top of the mat, and fold again. Inhale, one halfway lift this time. Exhale, fold. Inhale, sit your butt back, take your arms wide, push through chair all the way to standing, reach high, extend. And then exhale again, hands come to the low back, fingertips point down, roll the shoulders back. Push the chest up to the ceiling. So think about growing. Push your toes down into the mat, heels. Squeeze your glutes, lift through the chest, open the heart, and then try to push the hips slightly forward this time. So this time, even with the heel of the hand, can you reach the hips forward as you open the throat? Hold here. 3, 2. Squeeze into the back, but let the front of the body open. 1. Breath in. Exhale, fold, slide the hands down, the glutes, hamstrings, calves, pull in. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, plant your hands and step back to downward facing dog. Sticking with our original flow, inhale your right leg high. Exhale, take your knee to your nose. Inhale, right leg high. And then exhale, step your foot through. Big step through, low lunge. Spin your back heel down. Walk your hands to the inside of your foot. You've been here before, right? We're in our down dog lunge. But fun fact, because one of our requests was our humble warrior, we're going to move into humble warrior from here, which is a fun way to build this. So bring your knee towards your right tricep, right? Knee to tricep, they squeeze into one another. Push the two in, and then take your left hand, float it up to the side. Now bring that hand to your low back. Place the back of the hand on the back of your low back by bending into the elbow. Option 1 is to stay here. You might even be here. That's actually going to be harder because you're not cheating with the support of the hand, right? Okay, now building. Keep the chest exactly where it is. Right, reach your right hand forward. Reach, reach, reach. Sweep it along the back. And now bring your right hand to the back of your low back. If it can't touch, it can cover here. Or maybe you can clasp the hands behind the low back, start to straighten the arms, and bring the shoulder to the inside of the knee where the tricep once was. Pull your right hip back, left hip slightly forward, and we've got our version of humble warrior here. Hold. Let your head be heavy. Remember, you can stop at any point in the building process, right? For Lucy, because this is her fave, revel in it, enjoy it, let your head be heavy, marvel at the fact that our bodies can do all kinds of weird stuff. 3, 2, great work, 1, and then release, just bring the hands back slowly into our down dog lunge. Okay, a few different options. You might want to come up and we're going to do our same thing, our movement to the back and the front of the mat. If you like, you could move into Skandasana if it's accessible to you, really low. From the back to the front, you might use the hands. You might not use hands. Remember, this is all about you. So do what feels good. Take a few front and back, moving through the hips, maybe creating some sway in the upper body. Maybe here, right? Nice. And then the next time you hit the back of the mat, spin to the back of the mat. Lift your back heel off of the mat. Actually, no, keep it down. I lied. Let's go here. Walk the hands to the inside. Find your humble warrior on the opposite side. Sink the butt down and back. We're going to build the same way we built before. So first, bring your knee to your tricep. Feel the knee pushing into the tricep. Connect those for support, left hand to the ground. Reach your right hand out to the side, and then slowly sweep it back. Bend in the elbow and bring that back of the hand to the low back. You might stay. This is great. If you like, here's where it gets a little more challenging. Keep the knee bent, reach the left hand forward. Then sweep the left hand to the low back. Connect, make knuckles. Maybe you clasp the hands and then fold, bringing the left shoulder to the inside of the left knee. Let your head hang heavy. Subtle shift to the left hip backwards, right hip forwards. Hold here. Breathe deep. 3, 2, keep opening through the chest. Let the head be nice and relaxed. 1. Great work. Come out by releasing the hands, bringing them back into the down dog lunge. Yes, that left leg probably feels tired, and that's fine. We're going to do the same thing. Skandasana, so you might do it down here, moving backwards and forwards. Maybe you take a different variation than last time. Maybe you try up here and just move backwards and forwards, opening through the hips. No wrong ways to move, only fun ways to move. Great work. All right, now changing it up. Listen carefully. We are going to, what's the best way to do this? Hands come down to the ground. Forward fold, wide-legged. Perfect. Turn your toes slightly in. Let your head be heavy. If your hands can't reach the ground, don't worry. You're going to be here. Turn the toes in. Let your head be nice and heavy. Belly button to spine. Option to try to walk the hands back through the feet, pulling yourself down and in. 3, 2, 1. Inhale, lift up halfway. Walk your feet slightly together, halfway lifted. Bend into your knees, sit your butt back. Then walk your hands forward. Walk forward, walk forward, walk forward until you're in a plank pose with wide feet. Weird wide plank. Yep, super weird. Bring the knees down. Look at what we did. We're moving to frog pose. Yes, we are. Okay, so your knees should be in line with your hips. I'll demo from this side. Ankles in line with knees. Push the knees nice and wide. How wide can you get the knees? If you need to pad up under the knees, that's fine. Could roll up your mat as well. And then maybe elbows come to the ground. Ideally, over time, the hips will get low, but even check back. If you were to look at my butt is not back, it is not forward. Exactly bringing the knees in line with the hips, opening through the inside. Let your head be heavy. Close your eyes. Let this be your resting posture after the movement. Inhale. Exhale. Option to just stay here and enjoy the stretch, always. Or, there's always an or, right with me? Or, gently push your knees and your ankles down into the ground. Like you're trying to zip your legs together, but it won't let you. This gentle push, what am I asking you to do, is engage deep in the stretch. Your choice of how much you want to engage. You may even lift up slightly out of the stretch because you are pushing the knees and the ankles into the mat. Hold or into the ground. 3. Props to Angie for this one because, yeah, this used to be my least favorite pose ever. I can handle it now, but just so you know, your least favorite pose might become a pose you can tolerate eventually. All right, 1. Here we go. Press the hands down into the mat. Coming out of frog pose, the best way is just to try to shimmy the knees back in towards one another. You're going to be facing this direction still, right? If you've moved, that's fine. Let's all meet sideways on the mat again. So come back, turn back sideways where we had started. Curl the toes under, push up to your awkward wide plank. We're going to come out the same way we came in. Why? Because we can, obviously. Walk the feet wider, walk the hands up, sink the heels down. At some point, you might need to help yourself by bending into the knees, so we're back into a big chair. Great. Then start to straighten the legs, and you might lift or you might stay low. Inhale, sweep the arms wide, pull yourself all the way up to standing. Fantastic work for a weird transition. Exhale, hands to hips. Take a breath in and out. Since we're here, we're going to do one more. Turn the toes in a little bit more. So let's be more generous with the toes in. Hands variation can either be stay on the hips, maybe hands behind the back since we've been working on the humble warrior, or even in prayer is an option. Inhale, roll the shoulders back. Exhale, fold, leading with the chest, right? Leading and eventually releasing. If you have the hands clasped, let them fall up and over the head. And then try to draw the belly button in with every exhale. And you'll notice you can get just a tiny bit deeper. Little by little. Hold for 2 more breaths. All right, here we go. If you've got the hands on the low back or above the back, bring them back to the low back. And then let's all bring the hands to the hips. Just slide them onto the hips, lift up halfway. Take a micro bend of the knees, exhale here. Inhale, come all the way up. And then exhale, turn towards the top of the mat and step, one big step. Both feet together, hands by your side, Tadasana. Breath in. And a breath out. Inhale, sweep up, look up. Exhale, fold, Uttanasana. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, plant your hands, step back to plank pose or tabletop. This is our last one, lower down slow. 4, 3, 2, to your belly, 1 all the way to the ground. And then inhale, lift up, baby cobra, or maybe any variation, let's say, of back bend. It doesn't even have to be a baby cobra. We've been bending quite a bit, so what feels good in your spine. And then exhale, lower down. And flip onto your back. So just roll over onto your right side, flip onto your back, and we'll meet in, ta-da, bridge pose. However, before we do this, and you don't have to do this, we're going to move through both an engaged bridge and a supported bridge as is requested. So if you have a pillow or something to put under the low back, a block, you might want to prop up with, or even a book, like a stack of books, a log. Should I do it with a log? Oh my God, I'm gonna, cause like, what other chance am I gonna have to do this? Okay, I'm gonna do it with a log. All right, so find your bridge pose. Feet in line with hips. No support yet. So first engaged. My log is just there because I need it there for when we're going to do it. So bring your hands down by your sides. Roll your shoulders back. And then press into the feet. Inhale, lift your hips up. So there are 2 different kinds of bridges. In Pilates, they'll kind of go for a straight line from the knee to the shoulders. But in yoga, what we like to do is shimmy the shoulder blades together, right? Lift the upper back up. And bring the shoulder blades together so you create some more space in the heart. Keep pressing the hands down to the mat. If you like, you could clasp the hands under the low back as you lift. Lift the chest up and over the head. Squeeze the glutes. Try pulling your feet towards you. Opening the heart. Three. Breathe into the chest. 2. And 1. Lower the hips down to the ground. And then spread the shoulder blades, lower the upper back and chest down to the ground. Inhale. Exhale. All right, we'll move on to our supported bridge, and then our last pose will be camel. So this is going to actually be working towards the camel. So take your prop if you have one. If you don't, you're just going to do bridge again. Round 2 of bridge, right? You don't have to have it supported. I'm going to use my log, and I'm going to roll this log. Love this. I love this for me. Under my low back. Supported bridge. Now, a note, it shouldn't be on the sacrum. It should be a bit above, kind of on that flat spot on the low back. If you have support, shut your eyes down. Let your hips be heavy, palms face up still. And then allow the front of your body to really relax. I know the entire body is relaxed in bridge, but there are still parts of us that kind of hang on. So really allow the entire front space of the body to surrender into the posture. Breath in. And a breath out. Couple options. If you love supported bridge and you don't want to do camel and you would just like to stay here, you can. But if you'd like to come with me for camel pose, you will inhale, lift the hips up, and now squeeze at the top of the supported bridge. Like you're in full bridge, pull the feet towards the ribs. Squeeze the glutes, and then remove your block or your prop or your log from under you. Release the hips down to the mat. Now, we will come up to on our knees, so you can roll over onto your right side, and then press yourself gently up, bringing your knees onto the mat. So for camel, really our peak pose of today, so I don't remember who said camel, but great job, because this is our little peak, right? A couple different options for camel. You can have the toes curled under or not. Let's try, if you can, have the toes curled under and just lift the hips up. So this is step 1. You might be here or here. Bring the hands to the low back. Shoulders back. Now, I'm going to show 2 different ways. First, we'll do the traditional way. Push the hips forward, push the hands into the hips, open the heart and chest to the ceiling. So remember, open as you roll the shoulders back, open the throat, gaze high, push and lean as much as you like. Toes are either curled under or not. If it's accessible, you might reach back one hand, you might reach back the other hand, open the heart to the sky, and squeeze the scapula together. Front body is relaxed. 3. Keep thinking about spinal extension. 2. And then 1, if you have your hands towards the feet, bring them back to the low back, push the fingertips down, release the hips to the heels, and take a few breaths. So you'll have the option of trying that one more time, and then we're laying down, and that's it. You did it. You nailed it. Option 2 is you can try the version with me if you can bring your hands close to your heels. So those of you who can bring your hands close to your heels, curl your toes under and bring the hands to the heels. Actually, we could all probably try this and just start here, right? You don't have to lift. You might just roll the shoulders back, push the chest forward, and stay. This is a great substitution for bridge as well, and it's working on our broken toe pose too, right? Double whammy. If you like, you might start to lift. Once you have the lift of the chest, if you look at my body, right, I'm already in a back bend. Then I'll just lift the hips up and move into bridge pose. So this is the other option, and by far for me the preferred way that I like to get into bridge. If you don't have the mobility though, you'll start, same thing here, working here, and then you have 3 breaths. So you pick, maybe you try 1, maybe you just sit here like this, working on opening the spine, starting the back bend. You got it. 1 more breath. Nice work. Exhale. Come on back up. Bring yourself down to the ground. Kick your feet down to your side. Fantastic work. Extend your legs long and come down to lying on your mat. I'm going to double check the chat to make sure. We got camel, we got supported bridge, we got frog, graceful, and i.e. humble warrior. Fantastic, everyone. We did it. So come down and let's move into a happy baby. I'm going to move my beloved log. Once you're in happy baby, sway side to side. Give yourself a little movement. All right. And use this as a reset for the low back. So push the low back into the mat. Then, once you're in happy baby, release your feet. Keep them where they are. Great. Draw the knees in towards one another. And then bring the knees to 90 degrees. Knees in line with hips, knees in line with ankles. Push your hands into your top of your thighs and your thighs into the top of your hands. Lift your head and shoulders up. Round your low back down into the mat and hold here. Push down. 3, 2. Great work. 1, release the head and neck. Draw the knees into the chest. Make little circles with the low back. Again, side to side. All right. If there's anything else you need to do to feel complete in your practice, a twist, anything that's missing, please take that now. Otherwise, move towards your Shavasana. Perhaps you need to prop up, grab a few things, a blanket, a pillow, socks. Wonderful. If you haven't already, make your way towards Shavasana, finishing or evening out your sides of the body. And then close your eyes. And you can bring one hand to the heart, one hand to the belly. So we focused a little bit during class on the things that your body has done in the last year that you are proud of. We focused on your favorite yoga pose that makes you feel strong now. So this is that time. And I like to say just setting an intention for the new year, right? It's not necessarily a resolution, but if there is something you would like to work on in the coming year, maybe it's a pose that you really want to get good at, or maybe it's softening. Maybe your thing to work on in the coming year is rest. What is one wish you have for your body in the coming year? And let's make that wish come into existence now in your Shavasana. Take a deep breath in. Exhale out the mouth. Sending that wish out into the universe. If you think it, it will come. And take your final rest. If you would like to stay in Shavasana for a bit longer, please stay. I prefer one that's a bit longer, so maybe you just shut the video off and rest, right? Let's rest our way into the coming year. But if you're ready to move out of your practice, you can begin by subtly moving your fingers and your toes. And then maybe eventually you rock your head side to side. Open your mouth, wiggle your jaw, and wrinkle your nose, waking up the face. And then you could reach your hands above your head, point your toes, stretch side to side. And then roll over onto your favorite side by bringing one knee to the chest and the other. Giving yourself a quick little squeeze into a little ball. And then press yourself up to a comfortable seat facing the general sound of my voice. Eyes closed. Once you're there, you can bring two hands together at heart center, or maybe two hands over the heart, whatever feels best for you. Take a breath in. Exhale, bow your chin to seal your practice. And just for one more moment, reflect on that intention for your physical body in the coming year. And just know that everything you want in 2026 or everything you dream is within your reach. It's all in you and you got it. Another breath in. Exhale. And then inhale, lift your head back up. Open your eyes. Thank you all for a fantastic Sunday Sweat Club. I cannot wait to see you in the new year. I wish you all the best, all the love, all the hugs. If you have any questions, please chat with me. I would also obviously love to see you at a retreat in the coming year. We have so many up on the website, either in Quebec or in Mallorca, if you wanted to come see the solar eclipse with me or do a writing retreat. Or go to the spa. That's probably the easiest sell. But thank you all. I send you so much love, and I will see you next week. Talk soon. Thanks, guys.